Hello everyone, my name is Swati Pundir. I am a PGP first year student and my roll number is 2001226. As part of IEP individual video submission, I am here to share my thoughts on the NBFC crisis encountered by India in past times. So NBFC stand for a non-banking financial company, and in the Indian economy, NBFCs have been playing a phenomenal role. By playing an alternative to the conventional banking, they have been providing excellent sources of funds for various sectors which are not being covered by the traditional banking sectors, like the infrastructure, MSMEs, real estate sectors, and many more. But in the year 2019, what we saw was the major debacle and default of Ireland FS, which has put a shocking picture of NBFCs in front of us, because we came to know that NBFCs have been playing a very risky game owing to their faulty business model that they have been operating. So NBFCs have been borrowing short term and have been lending them money long term. So what happened is that this asset liability timing mismatch was obviously a recipe for the disaster. And now NBFCs are finding it difficult to raise money or having to pay a huge cost for doing so. It is all choking the flow of credit to the economy. So after this debacle came in front of us, investors have their confidence shook in the NBFCs, and it has hit the MSME sector to the large extent, which was already suffering from the twin blows of demonetization and GST tax. But if we jot down the causes of this NBFC crisis, we can analyze that the seeds of this stress were sown even earlier, when India was experiencing an economic boom during the period of 2007 to 2012. And when the economy became slowing, many companies struggled to repay their debts, making banks reluctant to lend as bad loans piled up. Talking about the real estate sectors also, real estate sectors in the economic boom had invested a lot of their money on a large number of projects by taking credits from NBFCs, and which gave rise to the India's housing bubble. But what happened after that in 2018, after India was also going through the global financial crisis along with the world, the people stopped investing in the real estates, and therefore many of the projects of the real estates came to a standstill, and therefore hitting the real estate sector also, because majority of their projects began to pile up and they defaulted on paying their loans back. So now the problem is that NBFCs are not in a position to lend, but they are building their liquidity to pay back their liabilities. As a result of this default and building their liquidity to pay their liabilities, the money is not flowing in the market. So if we talk about the measures that have been taken by government, so government had created a new bankruptcy law to aid loan recoveries. But as the economy slowed and authorities started to show more leniency towards certain borrowers and small businesses, RBI again warned of a new pickup in the bad loans again. So, and also government offered to provide a one-time 6 months partial credit guarantee to the public sector banks for their first loss of up to 10% for the purchase of high-rated pool assets of financially sound NBFCs in the 2019 to 20 budget. But if we analyze this step, this provision was mainly for the financially sound NBFCs, and it didn't cover the weaker entities which were in need of funds more. So this step of government can be analyzed as a short term and not a long term step to get the NBFCs back on track. Talking about the steps taken by RBI, RBI has injected approximately $6.5 million into the banks to promote lending into the NBFCs and small borrowers, and further relax the bad loan things. So, concluding, I would like to say that now considering this COVID pandemic also, the economy is going through a rough phase, but with the combined steps of RBI and government to get the NBFCs back on the track, um, it will take some time for the NBFCs to improve their position and starting lending out to the MSMEs and other sectors, which is highly required for the smooth progress of economy. Thank you.